The One-Year Bible, the Living Bible paraphrased, April 8th. Israel is a stupid nation, foolish without understanding. Oh, that they were wise. Oh, that they could understand. Oh, that they would know what they are getting into. How could one single enemy chase 1,000 of them, and two put 10,000 to flight, unless their rock had abandoned them, unless the Lord had destroyed them? But the rock of other nations is not like our rock. Prayers to their gods are valueless. They act like men of Sodom and Gomorrah. Their deeds are bitter with poison. They drink the wine of serpent venom. But Israel is my special people, sealed as jewels within my treasury. Vengeance is mine, and I decree the punishment of all her enemies. Their doom is sealed. The Lord will see his people righted, and will have compassion on them when they slip. He will watch their power ebb away, both slave and free. Then God will ask, where are their gods, the rocks they claim to be their refuge? Where are these gods now, to whom they sacrifice their fat and wine? Let those gods arise and help them. Don't you see that I alone am God? I kill and make alive. I wound and heal. No one delivers from my power. I raise my hand to heaven and vow by my existence that I will whet the lightning of my sword and hurl my punishments upon my enemies. My arrows shall be drunk with blood, my sword devours the flesh and blood of all the slain and captives. The heads of the enemy are gory with blood. Praise his people, Gentile nations, for he will avenge his people, taking vengeance on his enemies, purifying his land and his people. When Moses and Joshua had recited all the words of this song to the people, Moses made these comments. Meditate upon all the laws I have given you today, and pass them on to your children. These laws are not mere words, they are your life. Through obeying them, you will live long, plentiful lives in the land you are going to possess across the Jordan River. That same day the Lord said to Moses, Go to Mount Nebo and the mountains of Abarim, in the land of Moab across from Jericho. Climb to its heights and look out across the land of Canaan, the land I am giving to the people of Israel. After you see the land, you must die and join your ancestors, just as Aaron your brother died in Mount Hor and joined them. For you dishonored me among the people of Israel at the springs of Meribah, Kadesh, in the wilderness of Zin. You will see spread out before you the land I am giving the people of Israel, but you will not enter it. The Gospel of Luke, chapter 12, verse 35 through 59. Be prepared, all dressed and ready for your Lord's return from the wedding feast. Then you will be ready to open the door and let him in the moment he arrives and knocks. There will be great joy for those who are ready and waiting for his return. He himself will seat them and put on the waiter's uniform and serve them as they sit and eat. He may come at 9 o'clock, at night, or even at midnight. But whenever he comes, there will be joy for his servants who are ready. Everyone would be ready for him if they knew the exact hour of his return, just as they would be ready for a thief if they knew when he was coming. So be ready all the time, for I, the Messiah, will come when least expected. Peter asked, Lord, are you talking just to us or to everyone? And the Lord replied, I am talking to any faithful, sensible man whose master gives him the responsibility of feeding the other servants. If his master returns and finds that he has done a good job, there will be a reward. His master will put him in charge of all he owns. But if the man begins to think, my Lord won't be back for a long time, and begins to whip the men and women he is supposed to protect, and to spend his time at drinking parties and in drunkenness, well, His master will return without notice and remove him from his position of trust and assign him to the place of the unfaithful. He will be severely punished, for though he knew his duty, he refused to do it. But anyone who is not aware that he is doing wrong will be punished only lightly. Much is required from those to whom much is given, for their responsibility is greater. I have come to bring fire to the earth, and oh, that my task were completed. There is a terrible baptism ahead of me, and how I am pent up until it is accomplished. Do you think I have come to give peace to the earth? No, rather strife and division. From now on families will be split apart, 3 in favor of me and 2 against, or perhaps the other way around. A father will decide one way about me, his son the other. Mother and daughter will disagree, and the decision of an honored mother-in-law will be spurned by her daughter-in-law. Then he turned to the crowd and said, when you see the clouds beginning to form in the west, you say, here comes a shower, and you are right. When the south wind blows, you say, today will be a scorcher, and it is. Hypocrites, you interpret the sky well enough, but you refuse to notice the warnings all around you about the crisis ahead. Why do you refuse to see for yourselves what is right? If you meet your accuser on the way to court, try to settle the matter before it reaches the judge, lest he sentence you to jail, for if that happens, you won't be free again until the last penny is paid in full. Psalm 78 verses 56 through 64. Yet though he did all this for them, they still rebelled against the God above all gods and refused to follow his commands. They turned back from entering the promised land and disobeyed as their fathers had. Like a crooked arrow, they missed the target of God's will. They made him angry by erecting idols and altars to other gods. When God saw their deeds, his wrath was strong, and he despised his people. Then he abandoned his tabernacle at Shiloh, where he had lived among mankind, and allowed his ark to be captured. He surrendered his glory into enemy hands. He caused his people to be butchered because his anger was intense. The young men were killed by fire, and their girls died before they were old enough to sing their wedding songs. The priests were slaughtered, and their widows died before they could even begin their lament. Proverbs chapter 12, verse 24. Work hard and become a leader. Be lazy and never succeed.